This is the second part of our Kriya Yoga series. If you haven't yet watched part 1, beginner level, I humbly recommend you watch that first. The practices shared there lay the essential foundation for what we're going to explore now. Link is in the description. If you've already completed part 1, I'd love to hear from you. How was your experience? Did you feel a shift, subtle or strong? Please share your questions, doubts, or even your silence in the comments below. I will personally read and reply to each of them. Now in part 2, we step deeper. We move from the basics into more refined techniques, practices that require more focus, more patience, and bring more transformation. In this video, you'll learn intermediate level Kriya practices like breath retention, Kumbaka with Nadi Shadana, a more advanced version of the Hong Sao technique, introduction to Kriya pranayama itself, and even a glimpse of Maha Mudra, one of the most powerful yogic tools. Each technique will be explained step by step as always. This journey is not just about doing more, it's about going deeper. Let's begin. Close your eyes, come back to yourself, and prepare to enter the next layer of this sacred practice. Nadi Shadana with Kumbaka, subtle purification and awakening through breath retention. In part 1, you learned the basic form of Nadi Shadana, the alternate nostril breathing, which gently begins to purify your Ida and Pingala nadis. But now we take it a step further. We introduce breath retention, or Kumbaka, because without stillness, there is no awakening. And it is in the space between two breaths where the soul begins to whisper. Why Kumbaka? Kumbaka is not just holding the breath. It is the silent gap where your prana, life force, becomes still. In that stillness, your scattered energies begin to gather inward, and you start touching the deeper layers of your consciousness. This is where the actual Kriya begins. Breath becomes your tool. Stillness becomes your gateway. How to practice? Here is a simple yet powerful version of Nadi Shadana with Kumbaka. 1. Sit comfortably in Padmasana or Sukhasana, spine straight, eyes closed. Let the body soften, the breath calm down. 2. Use Vishnu Mudra with your right hand, thumb and ring finger. 3. Inhale through the left nostril 4 counts. Imagine drawing cool, clean energy up the spine. 4. Hold the breath -16 counts. Gently close both nostrils, keep body still. Feel the energy spreading inside. 5. Exhale through the right nostril 8 counts. 6. Then inhale through the right nostril 4 counts. 7. Hold to 16 counts. 8. Exhale through the left nostril 8 counts. That completes one full cycle. This 4:16:8 ratio is ideal for intermediate seekers. You can reduce the ratio 4:8:8 if it's difficult at first, but never strain. Kumbaka should feel meditative, not forceful. Points to remember. During Kumbaka, let the mind rest in the heart or between the eyebrows. Don't focus on holding, focus on being held in stillness. If the breath feels agitated, return to simple Nadi Shadana. Only move to Kumbaka once the body and breath feel ready. Practice at dawn or dusk, 12 rounds daily to start with. Slowly increase duration and awareness, not just the count. The spiritual secret. This practice balances the sun and moon within you. As the nadis purify, you prepare the central channel, Sashimna, for the Kundalini to begin her gentle ascent. Breath stops. Thoughts stop. Time stops. And what remains is you. The sun and moon within you, Ida and Pingala Nadi. Inside the subtle body, the pranic body, there are 72,000 nadis, or energy channels. Among them, 3 are the most important: Ida, Pingala, Sashimna. Let's understand what they represent spiritually. Ida Nadi, the moon channel, starts at the left nostril and ends at the base of the spine. flows on the left side of the spine, associated with the right brain, intuitive side. Cooling, calming, feminine. Linked to the Chandra, moon. Controls mental energy, emotion, memory, introversion. In yogic symbolism, Ida is the energy of Shakti, the cosmic feminine. It nurtures, heals, and connects you with inner silence, devotion, and feeling. Too much Ida gives laziness, over-sentimentality, depression. Pingala Nadi, the sun channel. Starts at the right nostril and ends at the base of the spine. Flows on the right side of the spine. Associated with the left brain, logical side. Warming, energizing, masculine. Linked to the Surya sun. Controls vitality, physical activity, ambition, extroversion. Pingala is the energy of Shiva, the cosmic masculine. It sharpens the intellect, gives strength, courage, and clarity. Too much Pingala gives aggression, restlessness, burnout. Why they're called sun and moon. The names aren't just poetic. Just as the sun gives heat and the moon gives coolness to the earth, Pingala heats up your system and Ida cools it down. Within the subtle body, the sun and moon represent the two poles of duality, the opposing but complementary forces that govern our physical, mental, and energetic lives. The sun, associated with the Pingala Nadi, is the dynamic, activating force. It symbolizes Shiva, the pure consciousness, and carries the fire element, Tejas. This energy flows through the right nostril, energizing the body and mind, driving action, alertness, and willpower. In contrast, the moon, associated with the Ida Nadi, is the passive, calming force. It represents Shakti, the divine creative energy, and is connected to the water element, Soma. This energy flows through the left nostril, bringing relaxation, nurturing, and receptivity. The moon cools and soothes, balancing the fiery nature of the sun. Together, these two nadis weave around the spine like the serpents in the symbol of Kundalini, meeting at various chakras. Their balanced activation is essential for spiritual awakening and inner harmony. When these energies unite in the central channel, the Sashimna Nadi, duality dissolves, and the seeker experiences higher consciousness beyond the mind. If one dominates, the system becomes imbalanced. But if you balance both, something miraculous happens. The hidden path, Sashimna, the path of liberation. Between Ida and Pingala lies the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel. It is usually dormant in most people. Why? Because the sun and moon are pulling prana in opposite directions. But when through Nadi Shadana and Kumbaka, Ida and Pingala are balanced, breath becomes subtle, mind becomes quiet, inner prana stops moving outward. Then the energy enters Sushumna and begins to ascend upwards through the chakras. This is when Kundalini Shakti begins her real journey. And true Kriya Yoga begins, beyond just breathing. In that stillness you awaken. When the sun and moon meet in your spine, the door to immortality opens. This meeting point is what ancient yogis called Amrit Kala, the drop of nectar. It awakens the third eye, silences all thought, and connects you to your immortal self. So Nadi Shadana isn't just about calming the breath. It's about balancing masculine and feminine, logic and love, mind and soul, so the middle path can open. That is the spiritual secret behind the sun and moon within. The hidden path, Sashimna, the path of liberation. Between Ida and Pingala lies the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel. It is usually dormant in most people. Why? Because the sun and moon are pulling prana in opposite directions. But when through Nadi Shadana and Kumbaka, Ida and Pingala are balanced, breath becomes subtle, mind becomes quiet, inner prana stops moving outward. Then the energy enters Sushumna and begins to ascend upwards through the chakras. This is when Kundalini Shakti begins her real journey. And true Kriya Yoga begins, beyond just breathing. In that stillness, you awaken. When the sun and moon meet in your spine, the door to immortality opens. This meeting point is what ancient yogis called Amrit Kala, the drop of nectar. It awakens the third eye, silences all thought, and connects you to your immortal self. So Nadi Shadana isn't just about calming the breath. It's about balancing masculine and feminine, logic and love, mind and soul, so the middle path can open. That is the spiritual secret behind the sun and moon within. Chapter 2. Balancing Sun and Moon, the Breath of Awakening. In the first part, we learned that within each of us flow two powerful energies. The sun, Pingala Nadi, active, fiery, masculine, energizing. And the moon, Ida Nadi, calm, cool, feminine, nurturing. They are not physical. They are subtle energy pathways, starting from the base of the spine and moving upward in a crisscross pattern around the spinal cord, ultimately converging at the third eye. The deeper secret, why balance is essential. Think of your life. When the sun, Pingala, dominates, you become restless, overactive, easily irritated. When the moon, Ida, dominates, you feel lazy, sleepy, and lose motivation. True spiritual growth begins when these energies are perfectly balanced. Only then can energy flow through the Sashimna Nadi, the central channel, leading to Kundalini awakening. That's why the ancient yogis gave us a powerful tool. Nadi Shadana, the gateway to inner silence. Nadi means energy channel. Shadana means purification. So this Kriya literally means purifying your energy pathways. How to practice Nadi Shadana the right way. Do this practice only when you are sitting comfortably, with a straight spine, and preferably on an empty stomach. 1. Position. Sit in any meditative posture, Padmasana, Vajrasana, or simply cross-legged. Spine erect, eyes gently closed. 2. Hand Mudra. Use your right hand in Vishnu Mudra. Fold index and middle fingers. Use thumb and ring finger to block nostrils. 3. Breathing pattern, 1 round. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale slowly and deeply through the left nostril. Close the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. 1 full round equals left inhale gives right exhale, gives right inhale, gives left exhale. Start with 5 to 9 rounds. With regular practice, you can increase it up to 20 to 30 rounds daily. Subtle awareness during the practice. As you inhale through the left nostril, visualize a cool, moon-like current rising up your spine. Feel it calming your thoughts. As you inhale through the right nostril, visualize a warm, golden current energizing your body. As you exhale, let go of stress, ego, and thoughts. This breath is not just air, it is prana. It is life force. What happens when you practice daily? You'll begin to feel calmer, yet more energized. Your mind becomes still, ready for meditation. Slowly, you'll sense a gentle current in the spine. This is the activation of Sashimna. The secret key. Do not rush. The purpose is not speed, but balance. Most seekers ignore this Kriya and jump to advanced Kriya pranayama. But without purifying and balancing Ida and Pingala, you're simply trying to awaken a storm inside a dirty vessel. Nadi Shuddhi, purification of the subtle channels. Purpose: to cleanse and balance Ida and Pingala, the moon and sun channels, and prepare the body and mind for higher Kriya practices. Spiritual meaning: in the yogic system, we carry pranic energy through 3 primary nadis, energy channels: Ida, left; Pingala, right; and Sashimna, center. Ida is the lunar, feminine, and cooling channel. Pingala is the solar, masculine, and energizing channel. When these two are balanced and purified, Sashimna, the central spiritual channel, becomes active. Only when Sashimna flows can Kundalini rise. Technique. This is a deeper, more meditative form of alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shadana, but with internal awareness. 1. Sit in meditative posture, spine straight. 2. Close your right nostril with the thumb and inhale deeply from the left nostril. Feel the cool, lunar energy rising. 3. Close left nostril with ring finger, open right nostril and exhale. Feel the warm, solar energy releasing. 4. Now inhale from the right. Feel the solar activation. 5. Exhale from the left. Feel the cooling moon calm you down. 6. Repeat this cycle 12 to 21 rounds with slow, silent breath. Internal awareness add on. As you inhale through left, visualize silver light rising. As you inhale through right, visualize golden light rising. Feel these energies merging at the third eye. Best time: early morning or just before meditation. Benefits: balances emotions and energy levels, clears the mind, prepares the body for deeper Kriya and inner stillness. The deep Kriya, journey into the Sashimna. Purpose: this is the core practice of this path, a deep Kriya that gradually awakens the Sashimna Nadi, purifies karma, and brings the practitioner closer to the self. This Kriya is not physical, it is energetic and spiritual. It is subtle but transformative. Preparation. Before starting the deep Kriya, make sure you have practiced Nadi Shadana or any preparatory pranayama for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Your spine is straight, body relaxed. You are sitting in silence, preferably in a place of peace and solitude. Step-by-step technique. 1. Awareness in the spine. Close your eyes and bring all your attention to the spinal column from the base, Muladhara, to the top of the head, Sahasrara. Let the spine become your temple. Let it glow in your awareness, subtle, vertical, silent. 2. Begin the breath. Inhale slowly and deeply, mentally moving your attention from Muladhara to Sahasrara, like your breath is ascending the spine. Exhale gently, bringing your awareness from Sahasrara back down to Muladhara. This is the sacred vertical breath, Urdhva Swasa, the upward breath of liberation. You're not forcing the breath. Let the movement be mental and energetic. The body breathes naturally, while you move awareness up and down the spine with the breath. 3. Add the mantra. With each inhalation, upward. Mentally chant, So. With each exhalation, downward. Mentally chant, Ham. Together, Soham, I am that. This mantra aligns you with the pure consciousness. 4. Optional. Chakra beads in the spine. Visualize subtle points of light at the 7 chakras. With each breath, feel your awareness touching each chakra as you move upward and downward. As you begin to inhale, mentally chant So and visualize the breath and energy rising gently from the base of your spine, Muladhara chakra. Let it move upward to the sacral chakra, Swadhisthana, then to the navel center, Manipura, continuing through the heart, Anahata, the throat, Vishuddha, the third eye, Ajna, and finally reaching the crown of the head, Sahasrara. Let the breath be smooth, silent, and subtle. Then, as you exhale, mentally chant Ham and visualize the energy descending gently from the crown, back through the third eye, down to the throat, then the heart, the navel, the sacral, and finally returning to the base of the spine. Continue this rhythmic breathing cycle with deep awareness, allowing the mantra and the journey through the chakras to guide you into inner stillness. You're purifying and energizing the chakras without force, only breath, mantra, and awareness. Duration. Start with 10 minutes, then gradually increase to 20 to 30 minutes over time. Eventually, the Kriya will continue spontaneously, even without effort. This is the mark of inner awakening. Inner experience. If you're deeply absorbed, you may feel stillness, lightness, inner vibration. Breath may become subtle or disappear. This is natural. Mind becomes silent, merged in the spine. You may feel presence or divine grace. Thoughts may dissolve, only the I am remains. This Kriya is the art of going inward, withdrawing from the senses, uniting with the source. Final step. After the practice, sit in stillness. No mantra, no breath work. Just presence. Allow any inner experience to settle. End with gratitude to the breath, to the spine, to the divine within. Benefits, subtle but powerful. Awakens Kundalini gently and safely. Clears karma and old mental patterns. Centers awareness in the Sashimna, the path of liberation. Brings deep spiritual insights and inner joy. Leads to self-realization with sincere practice. Kriya breath with Bandas, sealing the energy within. Why Bandas in Kriya? In Kriya Yoga, breath is not just for oxygen. It is the vehicle of prana, your life force. But prana by nature is restless, and without control, it dissipates quickly. Bandas, the internal yogic locks, are used to hold, guide, and elevate this energy. Think of them like the valves of a pressure system when strategically engaged. They build inner heat to pass, awaken dormant energies, and draw prana inward and upward, toward the brain and beyond. When you combine Bandas with conscious breath and mantra, you begin to unlock the higher realms of yogic experience, silence, bliss, and unity. The 3 sacred Bandas. 1. Mula Bandha, root lock. Location: perineum between the anus and genitals. How? Gently contract the muscles of the perineum, not the anus, not the genitals, but the middle space between. Why? This locks the energy at the base and prevents it from flowing downward. It stimulates the Muladhara chakra and lifts energy upward toward the spine. Symbolically, you are disconnecting from worldly pull and turning inward. 2. Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal lock. Location: lower abdomen, below the navel. How? On an empty breath, after exhale, draw the lower belly inward and slightly upward, as if sucking the stomach under the ribs. Why? This directs prana upward toward the heart and stimulates the Manipura chakra, your center of will and power. Symbolically, you are breaking the ties of fear, shame, and control, and lifting yourself into the heart space. Note, in this Kriya, you do a light version of Uddiyana even with breath inside, not full vacuum like Hatha Yoga. 3. Jalandhara Bandha, throat lock. Location: throat. How? With breath held in, gently lower your chin and press it toward the notch between your collarbones. Why? This prevents the prana from leaking upward into the head too fast. It concentrates energy in the Vishuddha and Ajna chakras. Symbolically, you are sealing your inner temple, locking your devotion, wisdom, and silence within. Kriya Bandha practice flow. Here's how to combine Bandas into your Soham Chakra Kriya practice. Guided flow, Kriya with Bandas. Find a quiet space. Sit in a comfortable meditative posture, spine straight. Close your eyes. Hands in Janana Mudra. 1. Inhale slowly. Visualize prana rising from the base chakra, Muladhara, all the way to the crown Sahasrara, through each chakra. So, as you inhale, gently guide your awareness upward through this central channel of your being. Begin at the base chakra, anchoring yourself in stability and survival. From there, let the breath rise into the sacral chakra, awakening your creativity and emotional flow. Allow it to move up into the navel chakra, igniting your willpower and inner strength. As the breath continues upward, feel it expand into the heart, opening you to love, compassion, and balance. Then, it flows into the throat chakra, clearing your voice and deepening your truth. Let it rise further into the third eye, awakening your intuition and inner vision. Finally, the breath reaches the crown, your portal to higher consciousness, where it dissolves into silence, stillness, and the infinite. This upward journey of the breath is a sacred ascent, a remembering of who you are beyond the body and the mind. 2. At the top, after inhaling, apply Mula Bandha, root lock. Apply light Uddiyana Bandha, slight abdominal pull. Apply Jalandhara Bandha, gently tuck chin down. Hold the breath in silence. Feel the upward pressure of prana, the stillness in the brain, the lightness of being. 3. Mentally chant Ham. As you exhale slowly, releasing each bandha. As you exhale, gently guide your awareness downward through your central channel, from the subtle to the grounded. Begin at the crown chakra, releasing attachment and merging with the divine. Let your awareness descend into the third eye, softening your thoughts and surrendering the need to know. From there, it moves into the throat chakra, letting go of the urge to speak, control, or express, inviting silence. As it flows down into the heart, feel the release of emotional burdens, softening into peace and compassion. The breath continues downward into the navel chakra, dissolving the ego's grip on control and power. From there, it enters the sacral chakra, letting go of desires and emotional clingings. Finally, it settles in the base chakra, grounding you into the present moment, into pure being. This descent is the sacred return to stillness, a surrender of form into formlessness. Let the energy descend gracefully, blessing every center with light. 4. Pause for a moment after exhale, in complete stillness. Let go, feel the space. 5. Repeat for 5 to 7 rounds or as you feel guided. Important notes. Start slow, don't force the bandhas. Gentle engagement is enough. Empty stomach only. Practice Bandha Kriya only on a light or empty stomach. If dizzy, reduce breath hold or intensity. If you're a woman during menstruation or pregnant, avoid Uddiyana Bandha. Benefits of Kriya with Bandas. Raises Kundalini in a safe and steady way. Enhances inner silence and meditative depth. Awakens higher chakras and dissolves blockages. Builds intense spiritual energy with peace and stability. The silent witness, Drashta Bhava. After flowing through the breath, after feeling energy rise and fall across the chakras, a deeper silence begins to emerge. You begin to notice that you are not the breath. You are not the body, nor the thoughts moving across your mind. There is something behind all of it, still, quiet, untouched. That presence is you, the silent witness. In Sanskrit, this is called Drashta Bhava, the state of the seer. Understanding the Drashta. In the beginning, we use the breath as our object of concentration. We follow the inhale from base to crown, the exhale from crown to base. But soon something shifts. You begin to see, I am the one watching the breath, not the breath itself. This moment of recognition is a spiritual turning point. You're no longer just doing Kriya. You are entering true meditation. How to cultivate the witness. 1. After a few rounds of Soham Kriya, allow the breath to flow naturally. No more conscious control. Let the practice dissolve into stillness. 2. Now become aware of who is watching. Do not think about it, just rest as that awareness. No effort, no imagination. 3. Thoughts may arise, do nothing. Let them come and go, like birds flying across the sky. Just remain as the sky, vast and unmoving. 4. Feel the space behind your forehead, between your ears. A subtle presence, silent, alert, eternal. This is the real I. Not the ego, not the doer, but pure awareness which was always here. Why this is powerful? This witnessing presence is the foundation of liberation. The moment you see that you are not your mind, you are not your emotions, you are not even your Kriya, you are free. This is why the great masters always say, be a witness, let go of the doer. Awakening through stillness, Dharana Sashimna. At this stage, the breath has calmed. The thoughts have slowed. You are no longer controlling anything. You are simply resting in awareness. And now, the subtle dimension of Kriya begins to reveal itself. No more technique, no more repetition. Just effortless immersion in the central channel, the Sashimna Nadi. What is Dharana Sashimna? Dharana means concentration, but not forced focus. It is a natural absorption of attention into a single stream, in this case. The Sashimna, the central channel running from the base of the spine to the crown. This is the royal road of spiritual awakening. In this stillness, the energy begins to flow without your control. The breath becomes almost invisible. And yet, you are deeply alive. How to enter Sashimna Dharana? 1. Sit quietly after your Kriya practice. Let the breath be natural. Let the body remain still. 2. Bring your attention gently to the spine. Not by effort, but by feeling. Feel the space within the spine, like a subtle light thread connecting base to crown. 3. Notice the central current. It's not physical. It's a subtle awareness, like a beam of consciousness, upright and calm. 4. Just rest there. No need to move prana now. It moves itself. Your only job is to stay aware, stay still, stay empty. What happens in this state? You may feel a magnetic pull upward in the spine. You may hear subtle inner sounds, like ringing, buzzing, or a distant hum. You may feel a subtle light behind your closed eyes, especially near the third eye. Most importantly, you will feel a peace that has no reason, no thoughts, just being. This is where meditation truly begins. Let go of all technique. Now there is no doing left. You do nothing, but you are more awake than ever before. Just rest as awareness, letting the subtle energy flow in the spine. Let it rise and fall. Let it spiral. Let it vibrate. You do not interfere. The spine becomes a temple, the breath a prayer and awareness, your offering to the divine. You began by inhaling and exhaling through chakras. You moved into witnessing your breath and mind. And now you've arrived at the doorstep of true stillness. Awareness resting in the central channel, Sashimna Dharana. This is the bridge between meditation and Samadhi. It is still intermediate, but for many, it is the beginning of awakening. You've now gone beyond the body, beyond effort. You've touched the silent core where the breath disappears and awareness remains. But this is still just the threshold. The real mystery begins where you are no longer meditating. Meditation is happening on its own. Energy is moving on its own. And something ancient, powerful, divine awakens within you. In the final chapter, we'll leave all methods behind and dissolve into the pure silence of Samadhi. We'll speak of what cannot be taught, only remembered. The sacred, the final pathless path, the moment where you are no longer the seeker, but the flame itself. The journey ends where it truly begins. Stay with me, the advanced path of Kriya is waiting.